Good morning. Welcome back to Good Day Columbia here on a Thursday. And there's a man who's kind of made a name for himself for a fantastic cause, coaching basketball. He's been come to know as the Barefoot Coach, and that's Coach Knopf from Glen Forest. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thank you for having us on.
Along with Luke Morris, you're a student at Lexington.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Coach, first of all, the Barefoot Coach, and and people just may not know your name, may not know your face, but they know the Barefoot Coach.
Yeah, I always joke with people when I go and speak at a banquet or something. I'm like, you may not have recognized the hair or the face, but you definitely recognize the feet. So
right.
Kind of breaks the ice on an introduction. But we got into this at Glen Forest School. We've got a really great student government, and I went to them and I said, I'll go barefoot if you guys can do this as a community service project. And it's just kind of escalated, with the coaching barefoot and doing the 8-mile walk in January in
right.
conjunction with Martin Luther King Jr. holidays. But to have someone like Luke just be inspired by that, we're always talking about values.
Right.
And to have someone like Luke who is inspired by that, about the caring, the giving, the generosity, the thankfulness, it just means a lot to me.
Now, of course, the whole point of the Barefoot is to raise awareness and, of course, collect shoes for Samaritan's feet, which was, I guess, the whole Barefoot idea started in 2008.
It was, Manny Ohami. He is the founder of Samaritan's Feet, and he had a dream to put 10 million pairs of shoes on children over the next 10 years. And there's 300 million children without shoes. And he asked Ron Hunter, who was at IUPUI at the time, now at Georgia State, he asked him if he would coach a game barefoot. The story is actually funny how he did arrive at the conclusion to ask Ron Hunter. But it started on the college scene, and I saw it show up again in the state newspaper or with an AP Press, and I decided that, hey, there's a reason I'm seeing this, and maybe I just need to talk about it to the students at Glen Forest School, and that's where it all transpired from there.
Sure, and then you joined in 2009, so about 2 years in. And now, Luke Morris, you have decided to kick your shoes off as well.
Yes, sir. I'm joining Coach Knopf this year. We're issuing our challenge to the state of South Carolina. We're going to try and raise 10,000 shoes, and we want every coach in the state to go barefoot.
10,000 shoes here in South Carolina.
And those shoes will be distributed to children in South Carolina. I talked with Samaritan's Feet and Manny about that, and if we can just get every coach to go barefoot just for one game. I mean, we're not asking them to go any more than one game, and actually they could just take their shoes off and leave their socks on. I mean, it's just the significance of inspiring someone. And I've done this for many games. Tonight is my 50th game, but if one 10-year-old child asks me, why do you have your shoes off? Or sitting in the stands, hey mom, why does that coach have no shoes on? And that gives an opportunity to learn a lesson and teach that for a young child.
Sure, it's almost new meaning to the shirt off your back, I guess, the shoes off your feet. Of course, SamaritansFeet.org is the website that folks can go to and take a look, learn more about the mission of Samaritan's Feet. And that's a pretty healthy amount of shoes, not only for South Carolina for 10,000, but looking for 10 million over the next 10 years.
Well, at Glen Forest School, we've got roughly an average of 70 students each year since we've started the program with our student government. And I believe each year we average about 600 pairs of shoes, so it's not asking much for the larger high schools who have 1,000 kids in the school to collect several pairs of shoes for this goal. But I think that Luke issuing the challenge to all South Carolina coaches, whether you're church league, recreational league, high school league, private school, Christian school, AAU coaches, we just want you to get involved.
Right. So Luke, why? Well, I mean, you obviously the coach, you've seen the coach, been inspired by a story.
I came across him last year and met him at his walk in January, and as soon as I found out I had an opportunity to work with him, I just couldn't pass it up.
Sure. And your friends at school, they supporting you?
Oh yeah. I had some friends last night. They were putting it out on Twitter and Facebook, letting them know, hey, I'll be on Wach-fox tomorrow, letting the news spread about Samaritan's Feet.
Sure.
So
Sure, that's
really
awesome.
great.
What's for folks who maybe are in need of shoes? Is information at Samaritan's Feet, or what is the criteria? How do you decide who gets the 10,000 that we're going to raise in South Carolina?
Well, in that decision, there becomes a lot more organizations involved, as far as public officials who can help us determine what areas of the state that these children need these shoes in. I know that I'm from Chester County, and I know that Samaritan's Feet has distributed shoes in Chester County alone. I could not give you a number on each county broken down, but I believe over the past 2 years, Samaritan's Feet has given 14,000 pairs of shoes to our children in the state.
Wow.
And obviously these shoes, these shoes go to people involved with tragedies with earthquakes and hurricanes. And I just think that, for us to be able to say that we're going to give these shoes in the state of South Carolina, I think that says a lot. very grateful for what Samaritan's Feet has done for the state of South Carolina, and I just think that as coaches we can give back.
Sure. So fantastic. So tonight is your 50th game coaching shoeless.
That's correct.
Well, you're cutting down on your own shoe costs, right? You're not wearing them down, the soles
Yeah,
of your shoes, you're
that's
good to go. No holes in your socks, you're good to go. Man, I appreciate it. You know, taking
Thank
the
you very
effort and
much.
standing up for awareness. That's awesome. 50 games. And Luke, do appreciate you as well. Kicking
Thank
off
you.
the shoes. They don't stink, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's very nice. Permeating. Well, whatever. Anyway, SamaritansFeet.org is the website. Please check it out. Consider how you can give and come out and support the coach and Luke in Lexington and all the efforts. And that challenge, of course, is to all the coaches across the state of South Carolina, coach barefoot at least one game.
Thank you.
Got it. All right, guys. When Good Day Columbia comes right back, Henry Rothenberg has your full forecast. Stay with us.